Okay, we are going to open these. We got an awesome combination here of Stealth Iron Man and a couple of hand ninjas. I got two of these. Kind of my first official army builder. Pretty excited about it. Obviously, we're just going to open probably just the one and then skip over opening the other just so you don't have to double open. It'll be a little weird. And we'll just skip right to some little displays and stuff. So first off, we're gonna just jump right in and get Stealth Iron Man out of the package. All right, so here's the cool packaging. As you can see, it's a good series. I dig the wall art, I guess you could say. The blue is very interesting there. The Mark 15 XV suit, codename Sneaky, gives Tony Stark a built-in cloaking system, dampening thrusters, a retro-reflective coating to deliver devastating stealth attacks on opponents. Ooh, boy. Dang, all right, well, I already peeled off the tape here, so you can just open this bad boy right up. Yeah, it's good to do that stuff off camera so we don't get stuck on it. Oh, the cardboard didn't come out. There we go. Oh, that's really cool. Whoa, look. That's pretty cool. So it's a little Iron Man decal on the back here. All these like cool little sinewy things. Electronic sinewy, I guess. But yeah, I really think that's pretty cool. Now we're going to do the painful part. Whoa, these are pretty stiff coming out of the package. Dang. Oh, what is all this goo here? He's got some kind of goo on him. What the hell? Why is he all gooed out? Okay, right out of the package, there seems to be some weird kind of like dry goopiness to him. It's really hard to explain, but it's kind of like, you know, the sticky kind of glue that they usually come with. It's kind of what smells like, I guess. I gave it a quick wash, but yeah, it seems to still kind of want to be on here. But all right, guys, I know I said I was going to opt out of building an Iron Man armory, but damn it, on Black Friday, there was just some real sweet deals, and I ended up picking up this Stealth Iron Man that day. And when I was at my local toy traders, I saw the modular Iron Man in the loose bin, and I just, it was too much of a good discount to pass up. So here we are. I'm doing it. I'm building an Iron Man armory. These are my only suits so far. I'm pretty happy with how they look. I like how Hasbro is currently building the Iron Man armory off of this this kind of buck and keeping that scale and sort of like a helmet and making it interchangeable. They've really like done a great job, and I'm excited to see what they will eventually do for a modern armor as well as an extremist armor. And I know we've already gotten some of his latest like bleeding edge and the one from the most recent, I think, Bendis run. Those were really cool suits, but the toys themselves were, I don't know. Actually, I can't really speak for the newest suit because I never had it in hand, but I quite like the design, and I actually picked up the first 6 issues of that run, and I quite liked it, but I sort of just kind of dropped off it a little, which I do with a lot of comic books. It's hard to pick up week to week, and I don't always have the money to just like dedicate to a run, and you kind of gamble. Like you don't know if like the run's gonna go anywhere or whatnot. But anyways, I'm stoked. I'd like to add a Hulkbuster armor into this collection. I know Marvel Select just put out one recently, which I think is pretty sweet. I quite like that, but I figured I would just hold off a little bit here and see if Marvel Legends would put out a comic-based Hulkbuster suit, because I kind of want some like interchangeable hands. That was like a gripe of mine for the Select one, was that they had just like a permanent open hand and a permanent close. It would have been great if they came with interchangeable hands, but yeah, so I'm just gonna hold out. And obviously, yeah, if that modern armor comes out, frick, I love it. I love that armor. The original Toy Biz version of it was decent for the time, but I mean, it definitely like aged out quite a bit, especially compared to these ones. And it was never quite the right shade of red and gold. It was more of this like burgundy and orange, which just wasn't quite right. Like these really pop, they shine, you know. I would actually love if they came out with a 2-pack Tony Stark suited body with maybe another Iron Man suit, maybe the prototype would be awesome. The Mark 1, that would be a really cool 2-pack. You know, and you get Tony in, you know, a nice maybe like burgundy shirt, black suit, gold tie. I've seen some people do some great customs, and then pop in a couple extra interchangeable Stark tech, you know, gadgets and whatnot. Maybe a glove for the armor, maybe a suitcase. I don't know. Like really just like pimp it out with like Tony Stark stuff, and then throw in that comic based Mark 1. That would be an awesome 2-pack. That's actually a really cool concept. Let me know what kind of 2-packs you guys would want Hasbro to put out in the comments below. And I don't know, maybe I'd love if, I know they're very like dedicated with their fans, so I'd love if they were perusing the Marvel Legends videos and they came across this, and then somehow they read in the comments and they were like, oh, these are great ideas, you know. But because they've really been like consistent and pretty dang good about keeping in contact with the fans. That's just like what they do best, really. I got this J. Jonah Jameson body here, which is actually a nice chilled out Tony Stark. You know, maybe he's gone into the lab and he's just out of a boardroom meeting, and he's gone into the shop. Maybe he's just done a boardroom meeting and he's headed into the shop, and just, you know, throws off the jacket, takes the buttons undone and rolls up the sleeves and just gets to work on the suit. Like, so this is a great body that can double for a lot. I'd love for them to put out comic based Pepper Potts as well. You guys already seen that I've got a roadie, which I'll just pop right here. Boom. That's actually really cool. And I mean, his head sits a little low on the peg, unfortunately, but so does this Stark. So they just kind of both have big head syndrome, but it actually kind of works out because it's sort of very animated and action figure like. So I don't mind it too much. Definitely Pepper Potts and a Jarvis would be cool too, because they got they already have the tailcoat body type from the Hellfire box set. I think that would be an awesome addition. Maybe that could be the 2-pack. Hell, it could be a 3-pack with suited Tony Stark. You got Jarvis and maybe a Mark 1. I think it would be a really cool 3-pack. Man, they've got a lot of cool packaging stuff these days with Legends. I'm really stoked about all the different stuff that they're coming out with. They had so many cool reveals. I would love for them to put out some other armors sort of around this era in Iron Man's history. You know, like specialty armors, like, you know, maybe an Arctic armor, or like a volcanic armors that basically for all the different kinds of environments. Like, that was one of the cool things I really liked about the Iron Man suits, and like even in like the earlier the last movies, they had so many different variations. Like, he just tinkered away and made all these different kinds of like suits with all these different like applicabilities. And I mean, of course, eventually comes out with the nanotech, which basically makes all those other ones become like obsolete. And it's kind of lame, but at the same time, it's still cool to have and build an Iron Man suit collection, and I'm stoked. Yeah, this head sculpt's pretty much exactly the same as the one that came out in the anniversary set, you know, the classic look, but it's basically the same sculpt. It's just got like slightly different paint apps, just kind of looks a little paler, and I noticed the hair doesn't quite have the same sort of detailing that this one has. A sort of like a brown wash within this one. So, but yeah, and I think the skin is just like a little bit more pale comparatively to this one. Anyways, of course, these red effects look really cool. You know, matches his chest beam. I know he's sort of like on like a silencer, so I could picture these just making like a very, very like faint sort of like propane sort of flame sound as he kind of like flies up and whatnot. But yeah, these are really cool. I just love all these different effects, and I think these pop out or something too. So if you wanted to scale them down even more, so that I actually used these in one of my stop motions as like a little repulsor where it hits. Basically, I would just place it wherever that was. But yeah. Okay, now we shall open the hand ninjas. This is gonna be awesome. I'm so stoked. Those Iron Mans were cool. Yeah, so like I did this again. I took the tape off. First off, let's take a quick look at this. It's pretty sick box art. The hand ninja, skilled in the martial arts and espionage, the ninjas of the hand are forced to be reckoned with. Are a force to be reckoned with. Cool. Well, anyways, I wasn't interested in any of these other figures here. I mean, this is kind of cool, but I mean, at the same time, I wasn't about to get it, even though he is in the Netflix series. Ah, shit, am I gonna have to get him now? Anyways, here is the hand ninja. We're gonna pop it open. I think it's that same box art on the side as it is in the front. Pull it out. Hand ninja. Oh, whoa, a couple pieces here. All right, so we have a little bit of a little abstract kind of picture. It kind of looks like cityscape, I guess. I'm gonna get two of those, so that's pretty cool. Find a place to put that. And boom, back in with the hand ninja. So here, this looks like this is the pieces for Stiltman, so I'll just set those aside. And let's just get the painful part out of the way, shall we? Whoa. Okay, here he is, out of the packaging. Oh man, this is a solid figure. I can't believe how well they designed these. Honestly, I think it's like the G.I. Joe line. It's really like taken them to the next level. They've gotten a lot of cool molds out of that series, and I think that's the hand ninja here is like directly like inspired by a lot of those figures coming out. And I think it's definitely like, you know, Marvel Legends paved the way for a lot of this 6-inch scale stuff that they've been doing, you know, with Star Wars and yeah, G.I. Joe. It's just like, I think a lot of people enjoy the scale, and you can get a lot of detail in these figures, and you know, they're still like hand holdable, you know, not as into the 12-inch figures. It takes up way too much space. 6, pretty decent. Oh man, these what the hell are these? I don't know. It's hard to know. I don't know. There wasn't a Ninja Turtle with these ones, so I'm not quite sure what the name is. If you guys know the name of these kind of weapons, I guess they're kind of like miniature scythe, sword, axe things. But they're really, really cool, and they look really super dangerous. And it's cool that it comes with 2 of these bad boys, and I can see them doing some serious damage. You know, it's a weapon that we've never gotten before. There's quite a few weapons that they reuse in a lot of these, so it's cool to see something fresh here from the Legends team. But yeah, these are really cool little utilities, and I mean, if you had a whole bunch of these hand ninjas, it's cool that they have a nice little variety that you can, you know, interchange with. I dig how the boot is like a nice thick piece here. So like there's a lot of surface area here on the bottom, so it's going to make it a lot easier for stop motion. I really dig that, you know. Like, I know the way the action figures work, they tend to have like thicker legs that's to their scaling, which is definitely useful. I think they've come out with a pretty good stylized look for these now. I've got over 100 of these figures, so I'm like way into it. So this is cool. That is a pretty cool sword. I always dig the kind of katanas that have this sort of taper off here. I don't know why. It's just been something I've always thought is cool in a sword. Opposed to going into like a triangular point, it goes off to that slanted side. I always thought that was cool. But yeah, this looks like a totally brand new sword as well, so that's really cool. I wonder if they'll use this body type to make a comic-based version of Ronin. I would absolutely love that. I know way back in the day, Hasbro did a 2-pack release, and they actually shared the same body type as the original Hand Ninja. So I think it would be really, really cool if they did come out with that. I'd love to see some of those, like, 2000s era costumes and sort of looks come out eventually from Marvel Legends. Get some Astonishing X-Men, some new Avengers action, all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, I really think these look cool, and getting the interchangeable hands so you can get them kind of doing some karate moves and stuff as well. Like, giving them the exposed hands too is good, because you can do a lot of interchanging with if you've gotten the Shang-Chi or the Iron Fist figure. So yeah, really, really cool. A lot of playability here, a lot of options, and yeah, they're gonna make for some great enemies. They're like demonic creatures, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they're not alive, like they're not individuals. They're sort of these almost undead, I think, characters. So they're just mindless characters. So when you see the heroes fight them, they'll just it's like no holds bar, because it's kind of like, robots or whatever. You don't have to worry about them dying, I guess, because I guess they just go back to hell or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. And also, nice little detail on their buckle here is they have a couple of ninja stars sort of like stuck in there, and they got a nice shine to them. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, I know it would have been a little too much to ask for a couple of throwing stars, maybe a throwing star effect, kind of like they gave Bullseye, but what they gave is enough. I'm pretty excited, and I know they're coming out with more Hand Ninjas. There's that single sort of army builder version that they came out with. It's like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, which, yeah, that kind of irks me a little bit. I wish those would come out into like the regular retail store, so that you can really get a good collection of those, because it's a great idea. You buy it, it's just like the basic figure, and you get it for half off. But like, dang, like, it's pretty sparse. They become pretty sparse pretty quick, and then you end up paying basically, the original 30, whatever Canadian for it, or even more than that in a lot of cases. But I guess you just got to be vigilant. That's the whole thing about action figure collecting. It's very much like, you got to get it as they come out, because they're only going to go up in price a lot of the time. Man, I am just incredibly impressed with these figures. I can't wait. I hope one day I'll be able to get, at least one more of these. But then again, I can do a lot with two, especially with, the magic of editing. You can get a lot. You can make it seem like there's a lot more of these guys. So I might not need more than just these two. So we'll see how it goes when I eventually do get to this. But, as you guys know, I'm working on my current stop motion. It's the Defenders, and I know in the sequel I want to have big involvement from the Hand, and I also have another kind of little mini series I have planned as well for sort of a tournament style stop motion. So these guys I definitely want to have involved in that. Yeah, I'm just like incredibly stoked. I want to get more army builders. I'd love to get that Shield 2-pack. I already got a Nick Fury, so if I get that, I can do some head swapping. I can have a troop of 3 Shield agents. That would be really cool. And of course, I got to get my hands on at least 2 of those Skrulls that they are. I guess those are like Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So I'm gonna have to like figure something out, because I think they've already sold out and they haven't even come out yet. So I'll keep a close eye on that. I would love to get myself another Sentinel. I know those, they just put out a huge giant Sentinel from the HasLab. I was hoping that since that one came out, that maybe that some of those older Sentinels might, start popping up a little cheaper around. So I'm hoping to snag me another Sentinel at least. And I've even got an idea for using some G.I. Joe figures as some army builders. So I really want to get that Snake Eyes and the Wolf sort of 2-pack. I'd love to get myself like 3 of those, so I can get like a little pack of wolves, and I can use those Snake Eyes for Marvel Legends scenes as kind of just generic, you know, secret ops characters that I can have maybe like Wolverine or Nick Fury take out, you know? They're really hard to come across, though, unfortunately. I'm a little late to the game on trying to collect those. I think a lot of people had that similar idea with that Snake Eyes 2-pack. But I also want to get I can't remember what the character's name is, but it's like a little dirt bike pack, and he's got like a green outfit on and a helmet. I thought those would make great mutant response division kind of army builder figures. I can like pop out some of the heads and interchange that and put the helmet back on, and maybe even like stencil a little MRD kind of thing on it. Basically, I think these characters, they're just like an authoritarian sort of division of the security for that, I guess the government or the federal government or something put together. It's kind of messed up if you think about it, but I was first introduced to them in the Wolverine and the X-Men series, and I kind of want to use them in my next X-Men stop motion. They'll have been captured by those Sentinels, like what happened at the last scene of my last X-Men stop motion. So we shall see what I can do. But I'd love to get all those army builders. You know, it's a little bit late for a Shang-Chi review, but I mean, I never really talked about it at the time it came out. I didn't really make a video, and it just didn't really come up, but I thought it was a really cool movie, and I'm excited to see how he will affect the MCU, you know, and what he'll be a part of. My one gripe is Abomination had a very, very short cameo in it and didn't even really talk. So that was a bit of a bummer, because I was looking forward to a little bit more, but maybe there will be more Abomination. Maybe this is just the beginning of reintroducing him. And I guess this little teaser was enough, but I mean, pretty much what you see in the trailer is exactly what you see in movie, so it was all right. Some funny parts, though, seriously funny parts, classic Marvel humor. Kind of had a feeling this came out like sort of around the same time as Mortal Kombat 2, so I was like getting used to like reading like subtitles. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I've got the tournament style stop motion idea. I've been trying to think of how I can make more content a little bit quicker, and a lot of these longer form stop motions have been taking me a while, so I kind of want to do something a little simpler, and I have this idea for sort of a tournament style, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, but with like Marvel characters. So I wanted to get a bunch of like the fighter type characters that you might see and something like that, and just pit them in some underground championship or fight or tournament style fight where they all get paired up, and just have that be sort of a mini series in itself. So let me know what you guys think of that idea. But it definitely would incorporate characters like Shang-Chi and Elektra and the Hand Ninjas, Bullseye probably, Wolverine, Deadpool, a couple characters like that. Let me know what you guys think.
Now, this is a pretty cool little trick here. I immediately, as soon as I saw these stilt pieces, these stilt legs, I was like, oh, I hope those can double as extendo legs for Machine Man. And so, just did the hot water trick to soften the plastic, and his boots kind of popped right off. And this looks pretty cool. He's kind of just sitting on there. They don't really like fit in or plug in properly, but I mean, this works, and I mean, it's his leg is pretty flush with it. You can't really fit his feet on at the very bottom of these, but you can just get some cool shots like this. And as you guys, if you've been following the channel, I always bring them up. But yeah, I think that does it for the unboxing portion of this video. So let's pass it on to Derek.
Hey gang, well, thanks for watching another awesome windwirler video. So these figures were awesome. I'm excited to be building out my Iron Man collection and having my first army builders. So this is really, really cool for me, and it's kind of the next step in my collector career or whatever.
Yeah, there's a building being built next door, so that's what all that stapling is. It's perfect timing for the video, obviously. But yeah, so I got lots more content on the way. I'm hopefully gonna put out that how it's made video soon with for the Defenders, and yeah, make sure to go check out those other YouTubers that I shouted out. Nick Cropley and J3 Productions. They're really great, and let me know what you guys think of these figures. You know, are you gonna get them? Are you waiting on some other Iron Man armors? What kind of stop motion you'd like me to put out? If you think what I've suggested is a good idea, just, you know, let's get engaged down there. Let's talk about some stuff in the comments below. Anyways, like the video if you liked the video, and hit that bell if you want instant notifications for my videos, and subscribe if you love this.